There's a lot of new games coming out basically all the time. Here are 7 tracks from video games that I'm excited about or have recently released that I think are worth pointing out and breaking down and talking about. With the release of the Switch 2, we have 2 amazing soundtracks. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, which I know is not a new game, but basically playing it on the Switch 2 is like a brand new experience for anybody that tried to play it on the original Switch. I've recently started playing it very slowly, and Cabo Poco Inside is incredibly fun. Yeah, I mean, the dancing there, there's such an energy in that of sunlight, of warmth, of like peace, of nostalgia, of like a feeling of like childhood, of a feeling of, I don't know, freedom, of a sense of like a big smile, you know? The warmth, especially with the accordion, and then alternating between the accordion into the flutes and into those woodwinds, and then into that full orchestration. It's just like a nice like progression of growth. Not only that, but I really appreciate underneath how we have this really warm guitar sort of guiding us through that. And I think it's such a great setup. I just think the energy in it is like so laid back, such a warm embrace almost. It's very familial, very warm, and it's just an awesome track. Another game that's out on the Switch 2 is, of course, its launch title, Mario Kart World, which obviously at $80 is a bit of a hard pill to swallow, but the soundtrack is astounding. I think it's like what, some like 300 plus tracks, I think almost 400. I can't remember. It's an obscene amount of tracks and a lot of great remixes. And one that really stuck out to me was the File Select remix from Super Mario 64. Now, understand that I don't have a super deep nostalgia factor besides the SNES Mario, Super Mario World. I don't have a ton of nostalgia for Super Mario, but this one really hit me in my soft spot. I love the emphasis here. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, I mean, Mario Kart World soundtrack is really impressive to me because it has such a great job of including a bunch of wonderful jazz, samba. I mean, just like basically a lo-fi guitar rendition of this particular theme. Some really nice reinterpretations of a lot of classic Mario songs that it just works really well. Of course, there's also some Yoshi's Island in there. There's tons of stuff from SNES. I mean, honestly, I haven't even been able to even scratch the surface with how much stuff there is in there soundtrack wise. I really can't wait for it to come to the Nintendo app, or at least to sit down and listen to it. $80 is a big asking price. Soundtrack wise though, I mean, holy crap, it's insane. Like, it's actually crazy how much is in this and how good it is. I've really been enjoying my time with Mario Kart World, and I've been really enjoying my time with the soundtrack. There's more I want to talk about on the channel with that. A game that shocked me. Listen, every time I start up a survival crafting game, I inevitably put it down, and that is also the case with this particular game. But when I booted into Dune Awakening and I heard its main menu for the first time, dude, this is dope. Check this out. It's like, just like bubbling. Oh. That chant in the background. It's like this like deep organ, almost like that's the desert. A little bit of danger there with the accent. You just see like a giant sandworm crawling out of the desert. You cut away to just like this pan flute. I don't know, it's really, that is incredibly addictive. And it also, I think, does a great job of emulating also the Dune movie score. It does a great job of really giving you the sense of vastness of this desert and the danger that's laden around it. It's not necessarily melodic, but the way that it moves is very slow. And so what it ends up doing is creating a sense of vastness through minimal movement. But when the movement happens, it's like such a seismic chordal shift each time that it just is so enrapturing. I mean, I just love how we get this like the Dune Awakening is very fun. I am curious about how solo play will continue on, but I've been enjoying it for what it is. I never last long with survival crafting games, but this is one that definitely scratched an itch that I hadn't felt in a long time. I've recently finished up listening to all the boss themes from Elden Ring Night Rain, but one of the pieces that really actually kind of caught me off guard when I was playing it a little bit was the Round Table Hold. This is the Shrouded Round Table Hold OST. Check this out. It's really pretty. The upper register piano there's, it sounds like tuning. Just instruments kind of meandering in and out on top of each other, flowing together. Very classical movement in that case. Sounds very much like a classical piece from a romantic time, from like a Schumann or Schubert time period. So mid 1800s ish, or something, mid 1900s. My bad. It's not super sexy in any case, you know, and that's not really its intention. It's not supposed to be like the boss themes. It's really supposed to be this place where you're just kind of settled in, waiting for the next time that you go out there and face the, you know, the fires, if you will. There's something about it that's really, really, in some ways tender. I really like how much space there is within that. Really, like I mentioned while the song was playing, there's this like ebb and flow of instruments coming in and leaving and coming back. And I feel like that's indicative of like what it means to join up with randoms, join up with your teammates and go off into the adventure. But it's very sparse. It really does have that quality of like tuning, of setting yourself up to go on your adventure. But it's not really, its intention is to kind of be almost meditative and to give you space in order to like feel comfortable, you know, and have a moment of rest, which is really, really, I think, lovely. Now, recently, a game that's been in pre-release and had a long beta and is coming out by the time this video's out is actually a game called Rematch from the devs that made Sifu. And I've been really excited about this. I was really big into Rocket League for a very long time. I actually love football/soccer. I was really struck by this soundtrack while I was playing it the last couple days, and I just felt like it deserved a little attention. This is Rematch, and this is, I believe, the song that starts as you're getting ready to go into the arena and into the match. It's very different from some of the stuff we've heard before, but check this out. I love the chant there. Love the breath. It's just such a vibe. It's very simple, very sparse. There's no melody, but like it's such an emotion piece. It really exists to get you like excited to whether it's go into the arena and actually fight. And there is, you know, and that's the thing too about like sports games, which I know not necessarily like my major audience is a sports game audience, but there is something about that like preamble or that resolution after a match or even before a match where you get that sense of like, all right, it's go time. It's time to load back up. It's time to enter into the arena. And I like how we've got some drumming in there. It's a very humanistic sound with the chant. I mean, after all, like football is really about gathering everyone in this space and, you know, looking out at people and being like, okay, this is the moment. Here we go. I'm going to win this. Or holy crap, we have to lock in and really commit to this. We can do this. We're down 1. Oh shoot, we're down 2. Can we make it back? There's this real sense of tension in it, which is, I don't know. I think it's really exciting. Raido was a game that popped up on the Nintendo Direct for the Switch 2 that really caught me off guard. And I'm always oscillating between like trying to figure out, you know, which Persona has the music I like the most, which Persona do I vibe with, Shin Megami Tensei, you know, what's the vibe there? Do I like this music? Do I like that music? It's really interesting, but Raido has really caught my attention. I'm really into this style of gameplay right now, action, combat style. There's a couple tracks that I really have feel myself gravitating towards that are very jazzy. I did get word that Atlus is releasing the entire soundtrack on Spotify on the Atlus Sound Team channel, which is really exciting. It's a dope soundtrack. Check this out. This is the main theme. nice resolution there. I really love the emphasis of ba-da, long, short, bow, ba-da. And in that, you really get that sense of like agitation and power and danger and ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. Like, oh, watch out. I think it really fits the gameplay really well. And then also to, what I really like is this, especially this back section. Just check out how fun this is. Nice syncopation. And then just a little bit of suspension there, a little bit of suspension at the end where you think it's going to end on a diminished and then it does resolve. I mean, I just love the use of the trumpets as like, usually we hear that with like electric guitar, but it's really interesting and I think, I don't know, kind of unique to use trumpets to do the focal point of the main melody. Ba-da, ba-da, ba-ba-da, ba-da-da, da-da-da-da, ba-da, ba-da, ba-da. It's just so fun. Another track that is really exciting for me is Slumbering Detective Agency, which is like the theme that plays when you're just like in the detective agency. I mean, that's where you live when you're taking on your assignments and stuff, and it's kind of I guess not really the hub, but yeah, check this out. So we take the trumpet sound that we hear in the main theme and it carries over to this sort of cooler, more relaxed, more workman type song that's really like, all right, well, it's just another day on the job. It's like the sound that you would hear like on the beat. You know what I mean? Like on your beat, like when you're walking the beat or, you know, doing your rounds. Yeah, I mean, I think Raidou is just like a cool character, and the plot, you know, being like a spin-off of the Shin Megami Tensei concepts. This song really fits in with that like demon hunter style. Very, very confident, very efficient, very, you know, a trained hunter, if you will. It's just really cool, and I'm really excited to dive into this one, especially. I don't know why it's like so like right there on my radar, but I'm excited for this to really play it in its fullness, and I just love this theme, and I love that it borrows from the main theme as well. Stellar Blade, or the Gunnar Game of the Year, is actually astounding. It's a very good game. It's been sort of maligned as this thing that it isn't. I mean, yes, Eve is very beautiful. The characters are very attractive. Sure, the outfits are fairly fan servicey. That being said, I don't think that that's so bad. I mean, the music is just amazing. The art design is incredible. The gameplay loop is amazing. If you like Sekiro, holy crap, like it's basically just a reimagining of Sekiro with a little bit more access and ease of play, I would say. It's just a great game. I really am pleased. And there's a Nikke collab, and this is a little bit of Scarlet's battle theme. It's pretty dope. Check this out.
Never
Oh, that's insane. I mean, okay, so I've never heard that before, and this is just so indicative of Scarlet as a character, just a master sword wielder. What a phenomenal use of percussion and drums in there. Also, you got some nice drum and bass. I mean, there's a reason why, to me, Stellar Blade was the soundtrack of the year for 2024, and this continues that now with its PC release. I mean, it's absolutely mind-blowing, the talent at Shift Up and the talent on display here with this composition team. You got some Monaka sound in there, Keiichi Okabe's company. I mean, it's just incredible what this soundtrack is so good. And not to get on a soapbox about it, but there is more to this game other than just beauty and beautiful characters. And I know that mainstream online, the discourse has been about Eve and how she looks and this, that, and the other. But honestly, from a artistic standpoint, it's really hard to deny how good Stellar Blade's music, artistic value, and gameplay value really are. The story's okay. I mean, the story's nothing to write home about, in my opinion, having played it. It's a very solid 8 out of 10 game. It's a terrific experience, really, really fun, and worth your time, frankly. God, I can't wait to fight Scarlet in the game. This Nikke collab is really cool. And also, the singer there was P-Leaf, who you can find here on YouTube, which is really dope. I wanted to check out Lies of P. Famously, I thought that, well, famously, to myself, I fought the King of Puppets, one of the bosses in the base Lies of P game, for 4 hours straight, and I decided to put it down not soon after beating that. But the DLC came out recently, Overture. This is the theme for Arlecchino, the Blood Artist. I wanted to check this out in full. I won't be stopping too much because I've never heard it before. Let's dive in. Holy crap, that's unreal. The ticking clock throughout that entire thing, the chorus surging with these large choral unison movements, very, very block chord structured, very unison movement to each major chord shift, major pivot chordally there. Incredibly violent and aggressive piece of music, showcasing prowess, power, an infallibility, an impossibility of death, like a strong, forceful force to be reckoned with. It's very interesting to me to see these Commedia dell'arte characters being created. You know, we've seen this in multiple video games, Genshin Impact, certainly Enotria, and now here's in Lies of P Overture, which of course is very Italian coded, which makes sense. Just how much, given the source material, given how much we're leaning into these stylings of using the Commedia dell'arte, which I do believe feature in Pinocchio, if I remember correctly. I mean, Pinocchio itself is like, you know, it's fairly Commedia dell'arte coded anyway, to my eye and to my experience with the original source material. I mean, it's like one of the most obviously famous pieces of Italian literature. I mean, not as famous as obviously the Inferno by Dante Alighieri, but certainly it's certainly well known. I feel like most people know what Pinocchio is. So to hear Arlecchino's theme in this fashion is very interesting. Now, I'm not going to listen to the entire theme just because I actually want to, having listened to just 1 minute of that phase 1. fun. I really would like to experience this for myself in-game, but let's hop over to phase 2. Also, the quality of this is not super great, so I'd like to hear it in its like pristine condition in the game itself, especially now that they've added difficulty sliders for those of us that are maybe a difficult game averse. I can happily report that there are 3 levels of difficulty now, and having tried the 2 lower ones, they do significantly make the game more approachable. So if you are averse, and I know this is a hot topic amongst the Souls community, but if you are averse to difficulty, like, you know, I mean, you might not have enough time to sit there and master the thing. Well, safe to say, now you may actually be able to beat the game on a lower difficulty setting. But let's hop over to phase 2 really quick, just out of curiosity. Oh my god. Oh wow, that rivals Ludwig the Holy Blade. Holy crap. Oh my god, I love that sense of like propulsion and that sense of anger and moving forward and rage and violence and the church bells signifying the death bell. Oh my goodness. I'm going to stop there. I don't want to listen to more of it because I absolutely want to play this and experience it in game and bash my head against the wall there trying to fight this final boss, I assume. But holy crap, unbelievable. And yeah, there you have it. There's a bunch of games that have come out or are eminently coming out that feature awesome music that I think is worth highlighting. This is a new video format for me. Let me know if you like it in the comments below. Definitely want to do maybe a roundup of games that are coming out or have released that have really good music or we expect them to have good music. Thanks a ton. I'll see you later.